10 years ago, Lucasfilm Animation released a show that would forever change the landscape of the Star Wars universe. The Clone Wars provided a huge amount of additional lore and story for Star Wars fans to indulge in, and some would say that it managed to repair the damage that the prequel films did to the franchise. Now, it was a show that provided amazing characters and stories to tide us through the years where we didn't believe that there would be another Star Wars movie made. It's held in the highest of regards for many Star Wars fans, and it was cancelled at the very height of its popularity. So 10 years on, is the Clone Wars about to be revived? Fans have been desperately pleading with showrunner Dave Filoni to complete the unfinished episodes and allow us to see how the story was supposed to end. It's never seemed like that would be a possibility, with heavy focus being put on Star Wars Rebels and the huge amount of movies that were in the pipeline. But now that Rebels is completed and Filoni has been moved to the head of animation, there could be scope for the Clone Wars to come back. The first sign that Clone Wars was back on the minds of Lucasfilm was the announcement of the Clone Wars content for Battlefront 2. There had been prequel era content in the game from the off, but we had a lack of prequel heroes to play with. Then in June it was announced that Obi-Wan, Anakin, Count Dooku and General Grievous would all be included in the game later this year, in addition to Geonosis being added as a playable map. Now that on its own doesn't seem too out of the ordinary. However, there was then an announcement that there would be a 10-year anniversary for the Clone Wars at San Diego Comic-Con. Now, it could just be a coincidence, seeing as this is the first time in quite a number of years that there is no Star Wars movie planned for December, but there's also been a lot of hype by several of the former cast members. D. Bradley Baker, voice of the clones, specifically stated that the Clone Wars fans don't want to miss this panel. The cast also seem to be spending a lot of time together, as Ashley Eckstein recently posted a photo to Twitter showing all of the crew together. Now, it could just be a case of a small glimmer of hope being blown into a full-on hype. However, if there ever was a time for the Clone Wars to come back, this certainly seems like the best time. Now, I would personally love to see the Clone Wars return, however I do think it is unlikely. I think it's more likely that we would see the show finished in another format, maybe as an audio series or a comic book. Now, I'd love for you guys to tell me if you think that the Clone Wars series is coming back. Let me know in the comments, do you want the Clone Wars series to come back, or should we push on to new and better things? Be sure to like the video if you have enjoyed this content. Be sure to check out the Clone Wars vs the Rebels Star Wars Showdown episode that we put out. The link is in the description. And make sure that you don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any more awesome content. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you around.